If you're a fan of turn-based RPGs and looking for the best ones to dive into on your phone, you're in the right place. We've rounded up the top 10 games that'll keep you hooked with strategic combat, deep stories, and characters that you'll actually care about. Whether you're a hardcore gamer or just looking for something fun to kill time, these games have got something for everyone. Let's start the video with number 10, Etheria Restart. Etheria Restart sets you in a virtual city where you play as a hyperlinker, fighting viruses in a snowstorm-covered world. The turn-based combat feels like a mix of Honkai Star Rail and Persona, with characters that play off each other's abilities. Gacha might be part of the deal, considering the dev's history. The game looks like it has potential with solid RPG elements and strategy, but we'll see how it holds up when it launches on PC and mobile. Number 9. King Arthur Legends Rise is a pretty solid RPG with a hero collector twist. What's nice is that it feels balanced. Free-to-play players won't feel stuck behind a paywall. The graphics are great, and the story pulls you in. There's a small bug with energy loss after leveling up, but it's not a deal-breaker. If you like Arthurian legends and RPGs, this one's worth checking out. Number 8. The Banner Saga. The Banner Saga is one of those games that pulls you in with its gorgeous art and deep world building. The tactical combat is tough but rewarding, and the choices you make really matter. The story's a bit confusing at first, but stick with it. It gets way better. If your phone isn't up to scratch, it might freeze, but if you're into strategic RPGs with rich narratives, this is a must-play. Number 7. Monster Hunter Stories. Monster Hunter Stories is honestly a blast. If you're a Monster Hunter fan, you'll love it. The RPG elements are solid, and those monsties, yes, monsties, are adorable. The only downside is the save system. It could have used an update. Manually saving every time can get old, especially when you're in the zone. Still, it's a small issue in an otherwise fun RPG. If you don't mind that, it's totally worth diving in. Number 6. Fantasian is a beautifully crafted RPG with a unique blend of classic turn-based combat and a compelling story. The standout feature is its world design, mixing dioramas with digital elements to create stunning visuals. The characters are well-written, and the soundtrack is top-notch. However, the pacing can drag at times, making some parts feel slow. If you're into nostalgic RPGs with an artistic twist, Fantasian is worth a try, even with its occasional pacing issues. Number 5. Witchspring might not have the best graphics, but the story? It's a gem. You play as Makamori, a quirky and powerful witch, and the world building pulls you in. The game gets better as you go, even if the controls can be a bit finicky. It's one of those hidden gems you don't hear much about, but when you do, it feels like discovering a secret club. If you love quirky stories and unique characters, Witchspring is definitely worth playing. Number 4. Octopath Traveler is a pretty solid RPG overall. The battle system with break and boost makes boss fights feel rewarding, though it can get a bit grindy early on. The class variety is nice, but only one character can take a subclass, which is annoying. Path actions are cool for world building, but some are more fun than others. The story's broken into chunks, so it's great for playing in short bursts, but it does get repetitive. It's not perfect, but after 60+ hours, it's still a fun ride and totally worth the price if you're into old-school RPGs. Number 3. Girls Frontline 2 is a hidden gem for fans of tactical combat. The game strikes a nice balance where you don't need to spend money to succeed, making it feel rewarding. The aesthetic is slick, and the characters actually make you care about them. The only downside is that it can be tough on older phones, but if yours can handle it, you're in for a strategic ride. It's a great pick if you're into games with depth and not just flashy visuals. Number 2. Epic 7. Epic 7 is a game that just clicks. The art is gorgeous, the battle animations are smooth, and it's a joy to play. The characters are full of personality, and the combat has a lot of depth. The menus can be a bit tricky at first, but they get easier over time. I love the free pulls. Most gacha games don't do that. Recent meta changes are shaking things up, but Epic 7 remains a blast to play overall. Number 1. Honkai Star Rail. If you love anime-style turn-based combat, Honkai Star Rail is right up your alley. The visuals are stunning, and the storyline keeps you hooked. Performance can get rough on older phones, though, so be aware of that. The characters are fun, and the game's solid overall. While the latest updates haven't been as impactful as the earlier ones, it's still a great experience if your phone can handle it. Worth checking out if you enjoy epic adventures and stunning visuals. There you have it, our top picks for turn-based RPGs on Android and iOS. Each one has its own flavor, from epic storylines to tactical combat. No matter what you re-into, there's something on this list that all scratch that RPG itch.